Hello and welcome back everybody to the Foodbuild factory, where today we're going to take a look at Fanny, the Hairtrigger Dalton. That's the girl you can see on screen right now. And as always, I'm going to show you some gameplay in the first part of the video, and in the second half of the video we're going to take a look at the perks, mutations, equipment and everything else. So what this character is going to be about is pretty straightforward. We are going to play as a gunslinger, mostly. And in addition to that, we do have kind of a hybrid build going on, since we're also using rifles. I'm throwing in the rifleman perks for one simple reason, which is that yeah, I wanted to make a bit of a cowboy character using lever action rifle as well as revolvers. But it's in no way necessary, and I will, when I go over the perks, tell you kind of alternate perk choices that you could use if you just want to make this a gunslinger, which would be perfectly fine, by the way. And the most interesting thing about this here is basically that, yeah, I was out of pure luck basically stumbling across a kind of a gunslinger character that I really liked. Which is, we're using a Junkies explosive faster reload 44 pistol. And yeah, we're using the Hairtrigger receiver. Now, it's not the first time that I have shown off the Hairtrigger receiver, but yeah, the more often I'm trying gunslingers, the more I'm convinced that nowadays, yeah, the Hairtrigger receiver really is the one thing that makes a gunslinger interesting, in my opinion. You do lose out on quite a bit of damage per shot, but really the DPS increase using this and the fast reload speed that comes with it is crazy. It's really, it transforms the whole build, and yeah, it's way, the result is way more closer to what you would expect or what you would like a gunslinger to be honest. Um, Obviously, you could use a Western revolver here for just a little more damage output, but on a Western revolver, firstly, while the trick with the Hairtrigger receiver increasing your fire rate does work just fine, it's not as effective as it is on the 44. You're not as fast firing and fast reloading, and in addition to that, yeah, um, I do hate a reflex sight on a revolver, which is just personal preference, honestly. But yeah, that's the best choice when it comes to a Western revolver. On this occasion here, I went with the scope on, obviously, which still looks kind of ridiculous, but still better than the reflex sight in my opinion. And yeah, not using any sights at all would kind of defeat the purpose of this build here, being relatively precise. And last but not least, the most important thing probably is I don't have a Junkies explosive faster reload Western revolver. I do have an anti-armor explosive one, but the faster reload really ties in very perfectly into this build. And I mean, this legendary Scorch Beast here could be a little bit of a problem, not in terms of a problem as in killing us, but relatively time consuming. We're going to do it as well, though. We're going to kill it, but be prepared for a few shots, especially if it's not going to land. Once it does, we should be able to wear it down relatively fast, but at least clearing the ads here probably shows off perfectly what this character is about here. Just for now, so we have a little bit more range, I'm going to utilize the rifle here. And you can see once it's in range, it's definitely a better story here, but we'll just have to hope that it lands sooner or later. One thing we can do is, since we're already addicted to psycho camps, for example, I can just pop a psycho without any hesitation, making us more effective. Okay. Let's kill some of these ads here in the meanwhile. We're not having adrenaline, so this doesn't really affect us, but Gunslinger could have helped a little bit here. Gunfu, sorry. And now you landed. We can wear him down rather easily, in my opinion. So obviously the real power of this build comes from crits. They do way more damage than our standard shots, but yeah. Another big thing here is AP refresh. We do have, I think, a full set of armor with AP refresh. That way we don't need to to invest a point into Action Boy, or Action Girl, rather, more appropriately on this situation. And yeah, as I saw there, bit tedious obviously to go against high health enemies, but still we're doing relatively fine. I really had a ton of fun with this build. Obviously Junkies is some kind of a choice that came simply from having a Junkies weapon. The best option probably would be anti-armor explosive with faster reload for this build. Explosive also isn't something I would settle down on explicitly. You can definitely get a ton of mileage out of something like Vet's hit chance or Vet's crit damage. But yeah, explosive just felt rather fitting. I like it on revolvers for some reason, just giving them a bit more of a punch. And okay, guys don't seem to be all that interested in me killing their friends. Now they are. And yeah, really the big thing here with this build is mob slaying, obviously. And well, I mean, obviously, well, there are a lot of gunslinger characters that are rather slow, and that's definitely not the case with this one here. You can really fan the hammer. It's crazy. It's a lot of fun. On paper, the Hairtrigger receiver only increases the fire rate of the weapon by 1 from, I think, 6 to 7, which would initially seem like that's not a big deal, but yeah, I sadly forgot to, or have I, take another revolver with me that has a hardened receiver, just to show the difference. And okay, we're down here. Shouldn't have spent too much time talking here. Obviously, we're not the tankiest character in the world, so it's not too surprising that a few Mr. Gutsies, especially in the Soltron, if they combine their powers, yeah, they can weigh you down. But usually what you want to do is you want to stay on the move way more than I did there, spending time talking to you guys. And yeah, so just like I'm doing here, just throwing a jump every now and then, circling around enemies while in VATS works very well. So you can stay on the move, and as you can see here, no big deal. Maybe we should... Well, no, I want to stick with the revolver. I guess most of the video will go down with the revolver. I will probably use the lever action rifle in Huntersville, killing some of the super mutants, and then for West Tech we are going back to the revolver. To be quite honest, guys, I wanted to make this a pure revolver build, which would be, which still would be the better idea in my opinion. But yeah, I just realized I haven't done a hybrid build in quite a while, and especially Rifleman and Gunslinger I haven't done. And I don't know, like, the cowboy vibe is kind of an obvious choice that someone would probably want to try out here. Okay, this is a bit of a problem here, obviously, the Soltron. Okay, let's just take out the other guys so they don't fall into our back here. And hope that the Soltron will decloak sooner or later, but I think we hit its combat inhibitor, and now it's on war with the Mr. Gutsy. Is it down? Seems like it. Well, I'm gonna take it. Anyways, now we're going to Huntersville. And also I figured that, yeah, more of you guys are interested, or maybe not you guys, but in general, I tend to get a little bit more clicks when I'm making hybrid builds. They seem to be more interesting to people. And yeah, I just really wanted others to see. Sometimes I do have these little videos where I expect to perform quite well, and then they don't at all. But obviously, just from the title, oftentimes you can't tell. And on this occasion, yeah, I think that using the Hairtrigger on revolver builds is something more people should know about, just because it really transformed my opinion on revolver builds in this game. Because a common thing you see is that people say they're just way too slow, and I do agree, but yeah, you're tempted to always just go for the highest damage numbers, but that's one thing I like about damage changes Bethesda brought. Just going about highest damage isn't all that interesting anymore in some situations, just because, yeah, the initial damage increase you're getting is all you get, so every multiplier will not apply to the hardened receiver, for example. So you're in the long run not missing out on as much as you would have earlier on, if that makes sense. So for example, let's say you're making a sneak character and go for a severe receiver rather than a hardened receiver and missing out on 20 damage. Before the damage was changed, this would have been multiplied by 2.5 or whatever you're getting as a multiplier for your sneak attack, and therefore these 20 damage you missed out on were actually, in all actuality, like 60, 70 to maybe 100 perks, sorry, 100 damage points, and nowadays it would still just be 20 points of damage, which really gives you the the ability to just approach certain mods differently, and that's the same with the Hairtrigger mod here. We're losing out on something like 15 damage, but taking into account crits and everything, overall we're not losing out too much. Benefit we're gaining from faster fire rate, in my opinion, is way more important. Okay, this was just a shot in the back, by the way. I just expected someone to appear in VATS and just immediately push the trigger. Yeah, don't really care too much about the numbers appearing in VATS, by the way, the hit chances. I mean, could be a general advice for Fallout 76, but for some reason I really noticed this on this one, that oftentimes, yeah, shots that had 0% hit chance or 30% really reliably hit enemies, and yeah, I just felt more precise than I actually was. I was kind of interested in searching for the legendary, which is here, but yeah, then I noticed I'm playing on custom world again. Simple reason being is, yeah, I only had a quad explosive lever action rifle, and while I still would prefer that, I actually wanted to stick with Junkies, just to stick with the vibe and not have one unnecessary Junkies weapon with me. So yeah, on custom worlds I just crafted a Junkies explosive lever action rifle. That's the whole point here. Another big thing about this build is it's very ammo efficient. I really enjoyed my time with it, and I played for quite a while with it, going in with an initial like 5,500 44 rounds, I think it was, and I'm down to like 2,500. So yeah, it's really ammo efficient. If you have daily ops that are good for farming, like let's say exploding cultists, for example, yeah, you can really farm 44 rounds pretty well with the weapon. Oh, forgot about you. So ammunition should not be a problem with this character. It's a really good option if you have struggled keeping up with ammo consumption. And as you see there, we might need 2 to 3 shots on certain enemies, but it just doesn't matter too much because we're getting them so easily. Another big thing is, other than with the Hairtrigger receiver on the hunting rifle, on this occasion it seems to work fine in third person. I mean, it feels a bit slower, but that's definitely just a feeling. In terms of actual fire rate, it's still the same. Same for the reload. It's just because you don't see the weapon all of the time, it doesn't feel so fast. Pretty sure about that, but yeah, you can still very easily use it in third person. I actually like this character in first person though. Maybe it's the golden skin on the revolver, but who can tell? As you see there, one thing you should keep in mind is to actively stay engaged in a fight. Like, not just stand somewhere and shoot anything. You do have to move around a little bit, have to look out for cover during fights and so on. Because, yeah, as always, when you're really investing a lot into perception, agility, luck, yeah, there's not a lot of room left for survivability. Not a lot of room left for perks like ricochet or maybe more endurance. So you are relatively flimsy. I mean, obviously you can do a lot about that when it comes to armor, but anyways. This was the gameplay part of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I had a ton of fun with this character, and really, this is one I would definitely advise you to try out. At least try out a revolver with the Hairtrigger receiver. It really transforms the way you're going to think about gunslingers. And, well, let's get into the meat of the build. We're taking a look at the effects here. In terms of the debuffs, or the addictions, withdrawals, we're suffering from Buff Out, Day Tripper, Medics, Mentats, and Psycho Addiction. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I didn't really do research beforehand and try to pick the perfect drugs here. What I did is I just looked through all that I had on me, and from memory I knew some of them were good for this character here, like Buff Out, for example. But as you can see, Day Tripper and Medics both have -1 luck or agility respectively, which isn't perfect for our build, but overall these withdrawals here are still relatively good for our character, because most of it is endurance, strength, charisma, damage resistance, charisma yet again, and strength. Those don't really do anything for our character. The only ones that actually hurt us are agility and luck, and we still have a ton of agility and luck. So yeah, 5 addictions for maximum damage increase. And when it comes to our mutations, we do have Bird Bones, Eagle Eyes, Healing Factor, Herbivore, Marsupial, Speed Demon, and Unstable Isotope. So right out of the bat, Chameleon, Unstable Isotopes are leftovers from other builds, but they don't have any considerate downside to our character here, so I decided to leave them in. Then we do have Bird Bones and Eagle Eyes, which are very good choices when it comes to a vet's character. Extra agility means more action points to use, more crit damage is quite obviously good, and more perception to be even more precise with our weapon. So pretty much a no-brainer on this occasion. Healing Factor, I'm saying it all the time, it's just yeah, you either want to do it or not. On this occasion I would actually like to not have it on my character, because I genuinely like to use Psychotats or something which are severely downgraded by this mutation here. So as you can see, I'm pretty sure we have rank 1 of Class Freak somewhere dotted in our build, but yeah, we're still getting 41% less effect from chems, and including stims. I just didn't want to bother to gamble with it and maybe have to re-equip a whole lot of my mutations, so therefore yeah, Healing Factor is in here, but use it or not. Then we do have Herbivore, which is nice for vets characters, especially ranged ones, because you can just increase your crit damage by a lot with Blight Soup, or you can even further boost your AP refresh. On this occasion, this character stands very well without those buffs, but yeah, you have the option here. You haven't seen it in action though during the video. And then we do have Marsupial and Speed Demon. Well, Speed Demon on this occasion, yeah, the reload speed actually is as useful as the movement speed, if not more. Stacks up really nice with our faster reload mutation, not mutation, legendary effect, as well as the Hairtrigger receiver for real fast reload speed. And yeah, faster movement speed, more jump height, more carry weight. Not a lot to say about that here. Then in terms of our equipment, let's see here, we do have this here Junkies Explosive Faster Reload 44 pistol. As I said during the video, we do have a Hairtrigger receiver, aligned long barrel, precise grip, short scope. So as I said, in terms of a scope, you're probably in terms of effectiveness better off using a reflex sight, just to be a bit more effective when it comes to your AP usage. But as you also saw during the video, we were handling our AP rather fine. So I thought a little bit more accuracy from the scope, and honestly a bit better looks, but that's just objective. Yeah, yeah, very nice thing to have. We do have the gold paint. Obviously, that's a atom shop skin, so well, not necessary. But anyways, 158 damage, which is rather respectively, I would say, not bad. And you saw there, we definitely had a tough time, had a good time with it. In terms of range, this not range condition, the thing holds very well. So as you see there, it wasn't even completely freshly repaired when we started the video, so it wasn't used for an hour before. It definitely holds on very well. And then the other one that we were using here, was it this one? Yeah, this one. Junkies Explosive Perception Lever Action Rifle. As I said, just thrown in there for yeah, making it a good hybrid build, but you can definitely focus on just one of these easily. In terms of armor, it's probably a bit more interesting. Vanguard's AP refresh, harder to detect while sneaking, then a chameleon agility piece, and the rest is Vanguard's AP refresh as well. No, 2 Vanguard's AP refresh, 1 weightless AP refresh combat armor pieces. So overall, yeah, some unnecessary stuff here. Obviously, chameleon wasn't really in use here, and harder to detect while sneaking also wasn't really in use, but the important thing is we do have 4 pieces with AP refresh. 3 would probably be enough, but since we're not having a lot of perks that increase our AP refresh, yeah, having a lot of power pieces definitely is the most important thing about this character here, leaving us with 303 damage and 348 energy resistance respectively. Yeah, in terms of visuals, if you're interested, we have a bowler hat, Safari Crow Colossus backpack, Inspector sidekick glasses, and where is it? Yeah, Western outfit with chaps, which are very common nowadays. And that leaves us with only the perks left, right? So right off the bat, we do have strength, which we use for traveling pharmacy and bandolier. Now, if you are a very perceptive kind of person, you have noticed that traveling pharmacy is redundant here because we do have the chemist's backpack modification. Or do we? Maybe we have to... I think we have to grow someone. Anyways, don't matter. In addition to that, we do have bandolier here just to carry our ammo around with us. Pretty straightforward. And then we come to perception. Rank 2 of rifleman, expert and master rifleman, as well as rank 3 of concentrated fire, rank 3 of ground tank killer, and rank 3 of ground pounder. So what you need for the Gunslinger here is straightforwardly just tank killer and concentrated fire. The rest here is only to boost the damage of our rifleman weapon as well as its reload speed. So if you want to do this as a pure Gunslinger, what I would do is get rid of ground pounder and the rifleman perks, obviously, and equip glow sight, exterminator, and crack shot, and there you go. That's basically your Gunslinger build then. I still would prefer to have 15 perception, that's why some perks like glow sight and exterminator would be in there, which are very situational, but they can really help you, and therefore, yeah, I would want to keep that high perception. So that's basically another reason why I went with the hybrid build, because yeah, I wanted to have 15 perception here, so there were a lot of points anyways that I was just using for very situational stuff, and thought, yeah, I might as well just upgrade to a rifleman build here. Then we do have endurance at 8. I wanted to have it at least a little bit higher than usual, just because, yeah, as I said, we're very exposed in our gameplay. We do have fireproof, which is always a good pick. Then we do have adamantium skeleton, also spares us stim packs. And one thing I haven't really shown off in game, kind of forgot about it. Wasn't really necessary as well though. Nuka-Cola. We're using Cola Nut rank 2, meaning that Nuka-Cola is a really good healing option. I do have some Nuka Cherries on me, and those could have been very yeah, useful during the fight with the Assaultron. Make for a really good healing item, and one good side effect is boosting their effect also means, through Cola Nut, also means they're satisfying thirst better. So if you occasionally use Nuka-Colas, Nuka-Cola Quantums, or cherries, or whatever, there's a ton of options, yeah, you're always going to be, or most of the time going to be, your thirst is going to be satisfied. So you're getting another bit of AP refresh just from being well hydrated. A nice side effect. And also, yeah, make for a good healing item. I also think that nowadays it's very easy to get a hold of them just because of the Protectron that collects Nuka-Colas, so yeah. Then on to Charisma, we do have Tenderizer at rank 3, which, yeah, I know it's a shocking surprise. There's Tenderizer rank 3 in one of my builds. But yeah, it's just a good perk. Nothing else we could need here. A bit more tankiness and a bit more AP refresh from Lone Wanderer would have been nice, no, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna be honest, ever since I read that the reduced damage from Lone Wanderer is bugged and never worked really, I'm kind of hesitating to use it. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but yeah, I never since took Lone Wanderer, I'm not sure, even though I swore on it for 2 years now. Anyways, then we do have Intelligence at rank 5. We do use Demo Expert at max rank for 60% increased explosive damage, which translates to something like 12.5% more damage on our weapon, not even probably. Yeah, just boosting our explosive damage a little bit more, giving us a slight edge. We can check that real quickly. At the moment, with our 44 pistol, we do 158 damage. And if we take off Demo Expert, we do 144. So overall, yeah, you can see there, not the craziest amount of damage for 5% points in 5 perk points investment, but still it's a little bit of an edge that we give ourselves, so why not? And then we come to Agility, Master Gunslinger, Covered Operative, Gunslinger. Why is there Covered Operative? Wait a second. Master Gunslinger. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. We didn't work on peak performance here. Anyways, Master Gunslinger, Gunslinger, and Expert Gunslinger at rank 1. The rest is at rank 3. This gives us the ability to use rank 3 of Gun Fu, which we are making a lot of use out of. Rank 2 of White Knight just to fill up the gaps, and rank 3 of Action Girl to give us yet a bit more AP refresh. And yeah, Action Girl we didn't see in action during the video because for some reason I had Covered Operative in there. Not quite sure how that went through, but yeah, I was quite satisfied with this combination here. White Knight at rank 2, just so we repair. Sorry, we have to repair our armor less. I do have rank 3 of White Knight in the backhand, so when I repair I obviously use that instead of rank 2. Rank 3 of Gun Fu, usually I go for rank 1, but on this occasion I really wanted to double down on it. Then we do have Expert Gunslinger here, and no, I'm even pretty sure that the combination was even yet a bit different. Yeah, this is what I went for. All the Gunslinger perks maxed out, and rank 1 of Gun Fu. Sorry, quite a mess, I know, but judging by the fact that I didn't really notice during the video that there was a difference, yeah, you can see it's quite effective still, and you should just be a little bit more effective this way around. In most situations we didn't really see a difference, though, a big difference. So yeah, that's the combination I went with, maxing out all the Gunslinger perks, giving yourself yet another bit more of AP refresh with Action Girl, White Knight just for convenience, and rank 1 of Gun Fu. And lastly, we did go with 15 luck, Grim Reaper Sprint, Psychopath, Better Criticals, Class Freak at rank 1, Starch Genes, and Critical Savvy. So Starch Genes, obvious, Critical Savvy and Better Criticals, pretty much the easiest combination when you wanna get a lot of returns when it comes to crits. Crit on every third shot with our 17 luck, I think. Better criticals means, yeah, our criticals do more damage, which is very obvious choice here. Then we do have rank 3 of Psychopath, since we're not using a lot of shots, as maybe with a automatic rifle or something. I think Psychopath is more convenient than Four-Leaf Clubber on this occasion, but well, I think you get the point. And lastly, we do have Grim Reaper Sprint here, just to refresh our action points every now and then. And that leaves us with our legendary perks, and those are quite boring on this occasion. As you can see there, legendary luck, agility, endurance, perception, and strength. So a ton of perk points that we're getting as an extra from those legendary perks. And lastly, we have rank 1 of Ward Rats for convenience. So yeah, those are rather boring on this occasion. You could go for something like Far-Flung Fireworks or something like that, but yeah, I just wanted to have access to more perks overall, and that was it. Sorry for a little bit of a mess there when it came to my agility tree, especially covered operative. I'm quite annoyed that that was there. I mean, having rank 1 of Gunslinger and rank 3 of Gunfu, or other way around, this wouldn't have been too much of a drama, but overall, yeah, I think the performance should be pretty similar because, yeah, due to our amount of powered pieces, our AP refresh was not a problem at all, and covered operative, we just didn't use it, so therefore, well, you know. I hope you enjoyed the build, guys, and see you next time. Bye.